All right. Well, this is another podcast where we talk about my 5 things that you have to do when visiting Miami Beach. And I'm going to keep on doing these videos because I believe that when you visit Miami Beach, it's nice to have a concierge or somebody who visited these areas and gives you their review. So I'm passionate about travel and tourism to Miami Beach. I want people to visit Miami Beach and consider the things that I suggest doing just because I've lived and breathed Miami Beach for so long. I actually have a website that's miamibeachvisitorcenter.com. So what we do is we just talk about my favorite things to do when visiting Miami and Miami Beach. So let's just hop right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the water taxi Miami. The water taxi is a great way to commute from either Miami Beach to downtown Miami or downtown Miami to Miami Beach. And the reason why I like this so much is because it gives you an opportunity to not only see more of what makes Miami the most beautiful city in the world, because everything's surrounded by water. It gives you a chance to see all these sites that millionaires had the chance to see. And you're taking a water taxi, not only are you commuting back and forth, but you're getting to see all the beautiful things that Miami has to offer, which are the views of millionaires. See all those homes up there? That's all millionaires' homes. So you're getting to see all the views that a millionaire gets to see, but you're getting to see all of them. So when you come to Miami and Miami Beach, you got to do the water taxi. Now, the water taxi is $35 a person. Now, it might seem a lot if you're comparing it to, let's just say, an Uber. But keep in mind, this is a total of like an hour and 15 minutes commute. You get 45 minutes one way and 45 minutes the other way, or a little bit less than that. But the idea is you bring your camera, you're getting beautiful shots, and you're just soaking in what Miami has to offer, which is all this beauty surrounded by water. And that's something that, I highly recommend doing, putting on your itinerary, and definitely make it a must do. One of the things is when you take the water taxi, this is South Point Park Pier right there, and that's one of my favorite shots. You get the entire downtown skyline. You'll want to bring your camera. You want to take a selfie in front of that skyline. I can't talk enough about having the water taxi as something that you want to do. Now, if you have questions, put them in the comment section. You can put in chat since we're doing live right now. We'll answer questions even if it's not live. We'll answer questions later on. If you have questions about the water taxi, what time of day is that's best to have. Now, I do want to bring up one more thing. It rains in South Florida, so you just want to time it. Now, it's not raining all day. You will get wet depending on how bad the thunderstorms are. But in South Florida, the rain comes and goes, so you just got to time it. It's not a rain that lasts all day. Now I want to move on and talk about my other favorite thing, and I'm going to move on to that right now. I'm going to move on to my next favorite thing that you have to do when visiting Miami. Now I quickly switched to Fiesta Cruises Miami. They do a 90-minute sightseeing cruise around Biscayne Bay showing you all the celebrity homes. Now this seems like it's very similar to the water taxi, but they'll give you a full narration. They have a bigger bar that you can have more snacks and drinks upon than the water taxi, and it brings you back to the same location, which is downtown Miami that you started. And that's important to know because with the water taxi, you're going to end up in a different location, whereas with the sightseeing cruise, a Fiesta Cruises, you'll have to be dropped off back at Bayside Marketplace. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different type of tour. But again, I've done sightseeing cruises all around the world, and I'd have to say that Miami and Miami Beach and Biscayne Bay is worthy of like a $30 sightseeing cruise ticket. And it's definitely something that you want to do when you're visiting Miami. And again, in the comments section, you can put some questions that you might have. We'll answer even after this video is done. But the reason why I put Fiesta Cruises on there is because they offer a celebrity homes tour, and they'll call out all the celebrity homes that are along the tour, along the water, and they'll do a narration in both English and Spanish, which is a heck of a tour. Now, there's other companies that do it, so you might be bombarded and be like, well, which one should I do? which sightseeing cruise is the best. They all really do the same cruise, so it doesn't matter what you do, they offer the same cruise. It's really the type of boat and the type of company that you want to support, and that's really all it is. Currently, we like Fiesta Cruises for this type tour. Now, we're going to move on to our other favorite thing to do when you visit Miami and Miami Beach, and that is a wake surf trip. Now, I don't know if you've ever been wake surfing, but what wake surfing is, it is you are surfing the wake of a boat through Biscayne Bay. Now, the reason why we put this on there is because Miami Wake Academy is super laid back. They'll teach you how to ride. You can see here, I'm riding. They get you up and they start explaining to you. Now, the thing that I like about them is that if you fall, they're super encouraging. So you don't have to feel like you're letting anybody down or they're getting annoyed. They are totally trained and totally cool to kind of, they want to see you ride. And that's the most, awesome thing about this is they're encouraging you to ride and to wake surf. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I definitely enjoy. Things about the Miami Wake Academy is you can see here, we're riding kind of in the summer and the water's warm, so you don't need a wetsuit. Now, if you've been wake surfing all around the world, you'll know that different times of the day you'll have to have a wetsuit, but in Miami, the water's so warm during the summertime, you can just use shorts and a shirt, and it helps because you don't have to rent anything if you're visiting Miami. But here, there is a different location the Miami Wake Academy has right now. Right now, they're currently leaving from like 44th and Collins Avenue in Miami Beach, right along there. So that way you'll know that you're leaving more from Miami Beach area than you are, say, Virginia Key in downtown Miami area. The other thing I want to point out is you can have different people ride because you're paying for the boat more so than you are paying per person, and that's good to understand because you're renting the boat. Even so, if you have up to 6 people, it's going to be the same price. You're paying for an hour boat tour, and you can interchange who's riding, and it goes pretty quick. So I will say that an hour is just not enough. Go ahead and splurge and go for the 2-hour trip because you'll want to try to get it. If you don't get it in that first hour, you have a whole nother hour. And if you're going with somebody else, you'll be able to switch it up. They go a couple rides, you go a couple rides, and then that 2-hour window is way better than just 1 hour. But I'm really key on doing activities that are fun and memorable and doing stuff that you've never done before. And wake surfing is definitely one of those things. Now I'm going to move on to my other thing that I like talking about, and that is renting a yacht in Biscayne Bay. Now you can see here I work with blackiceyacht.com. They're an awesome company that rents yachts. Right now they have a white ice. It's called a white ice yacht. It holds up to 10 people, and it's $1,342 to rent a boat. But the thing about it is you're renting a boat that's with a knowledgeable captain. You're renting a boat with a mate. You're renting the boat with fuel expenses already built into it. So it's about $1,342, and you can bring up to 10 people. Now, I've seen times where you can rent a yacht yourself and take it out, but if you're not knowledgeable of it, you got to be a little hesitant because you don't know the areas, you don't know the sandbars. So even though you can rent a yacht or rent something, I rather rent a yacht with a captain that knows the area, knows a few itineraries. And the thing about when you rent a yacht with blackiceyacht.com, they'll give a mate. You're paying for a mate to join you. So let's just say you're on the bow of the boat, that's the front of the boat, and you want to drink. That mate knows how to go throughout the boat and get you that drink, which makes it for a more fun experience. We could just call out for the mate to bring you a drink. Now you have to bring your own food and bring your own drinks, but it's definitely worth the $1,342, and that's up to 4 hours. I recommend doing it. There's something about taking this boat, taking a yacht, and if you think about it, $1,342 divided by 10 people is like only $130 a person. but you're going to have awesome pictures. You're going to have awesome experience. It's going to be one of those lifetime memories that you and your friends support or, have together. So that's definitely something that you'll want to do. Got to rent a yacht in Miami, right? That's definitely something that we highly recommend. Now I'm going to mention the last thing here is an electric skateboarding tour with me. I do an electric skateboarding tour through electricskateboardingtours.com. What I like is that when you ride with me, I'm going to shoot a video with you. So I'll be with cameras, I'll be with a GoPro, I'll be recording your session as we skate along Miami Beach, and then we'll go have lunch. But the cool thing is if you're by yourself, I have an extra skateboard, we got an extra helmet, and we'll totally go and give you an awesome time. But again, I'm recording it, so at the end of this, it's totally geared up for the people that want to shoot a vlog and don't have a lot of people, but you want an awesome memory of that. So that's what I do, is I shoot video. So I have a couple cameras, I take you to cool spots, I'll shoot video, and before you know it, I'll edit that. So it seems a little bit pricey when you look at the price at electricskateboardingtours.com, but we're getting a video when you're done. And that's some of my favorite things. So here's my friend and I, we're racing along Ocean Drive. You can see that the Clevelander to the left is busy. I take you to a sandwich shop. That's a local little sandwich shop that has awesome food. And then we kind of ride different ways depending on how you're feeling. And that's pretty much what I think are the fun things to do while you visit Miami. Now, I've done a few videos where I kind of come and talk about the different things. And that is what I feel like I'm doing, is I'm going to keep making these videos until I figure out how to get other people to see these fun activities. So we're just going to keep pumping out the same videos because I'm passionate about Miami Beach and I want you to have an awesome experience when you're visiting Miami Beach. So I manage this video. I put this video out there. I'll look at the description, the comment section, to see if you have any questions. I'll be answering after this video is posted. But the thing I want you to remember is there's so many fun things to do in Miami. And that's what I like to bring to the table, is like fun things to do. Whether it's electric skateboarding, whether it's taking a sightseeing cruise, whether it's taking a water taxi, whether it's telling or asking me what are the favorite restaurants to do. We're just going to keep on promoting Miami Beach because that's what we do. That's what my passion is. And we're going to make it happen. So that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to share my 5 favorite things to do when visiting Miami Beach. And otherwise, I'm going to see you on the next video. Hey.